Welcome back to hour number 2 of week 37 of the West Marches. So, Pokket,
Hi.
you're in this alleyway and you're trying to both slip this key up your sleeve and also persuade this guy that, like, A, you don't have it.
Quality
and B,
pausing.
Yeah, and B, that you think that they want the shock sleep powder. So, hey, hi, Kiska. Welcome to the show. So yeah, I think you're like, oh yeah, what, this stuff? So you slip it up your sleeve and you reach out with the same hand to show the shock sleep powder, and the key just like falls out of your sleeve onto the ground. And they look down at the key and they look back up at you. And it's like that tense moment in a movie where it's like everybody knows that you're about to shoot at each other, but it's just that moment. And then I need you to roll initiative. So let's see. I'll pull you over onto the combat tab so you can make that happen.
Okay. And this is 3 dudes?
Yes.
I'm against... Oh, man. You gotta be kidding.
Darius and 3 dudes. It's like an average Saturday night.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Tilly, where you at? Flipping stuff in places that are dark and veiny.
Dude, I feel like his pauses are... He's like, slip up your...
Eventually, it's just going to be like, so you take
it all just went by.
Jam it in your ass.
Hey, man, a thief's got to do what a thief's got to do.
Yeah.
Nature's
I carried this key in my ass for 16 years.
And now it came to you.
That's right, it came to you, my second character.
It's a personal bag of holding.
Let's see here.
Some can fit more than others. Darius seems like the type that could fit a lot. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Your father was in Orcish prisoner of war camp.
I'm saying Darius is a bit of a whore, okay? So we don't know what he likes, but I would say the ass play for Darius isn't out of the question. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm just saying. Maybe I'm wrong. It's not my character.
Not that we're judging people who enjoy ass play.
There's a checkbox in your character sheet. Go look at it. It says butt stuff, and there's a little checkbox. Is it checked or not checked?
Yes or no.
Yes or no.
This is important.
Just saying.
All right. Trying to clear off some of this junk in the background here, and it's all on different layers, which is perfect. There we go. Oh my God, and that one's on a completely different layer. Oh dear Lord. Okay, cool. Yeah, so Darius, here you are. You're probably, like, what, 40 feet away from these guys? Yeah, 55 feet away. So, turn order. Yes. Get off of there, Tilly. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right, there we go. So you get the drop on them, like as this key clatters to the ground, and then you sort of like look down at the key, look back up at them,
and
then you just smoothly whip the bow off of your back, and you're ready to go.
No way, man! That's not what I'm doing at all.
No?
I just like shrug. I still got the powder in my hand, and I try to chuck it at the guy in the middle, the one that's pointing his staff at me.
Run for it, Aladdin.
You are 50 feet away from them here. So,
okay,
like,
well, should I go forward and then be like, yo, bitch, catch?
Yes, if you move 30 feet forwards,
yeah.
And I still don't know, you'd be 40 feet away from that priest. Let me look at the range for like a dagger, because you're not going to be able to throw it farther than a dagger, that's for sure.
It's like
okay.
Tropic Thunder, where he like smashes the cocaine in the guy's face.
Yeah, I see what you're going for. Absolutely. So a dagger is long range is out to 60, but it starts at 20 feet. So if you're throwing this any further than 20 feet, you're going to be at disadvantage.
So can I move, dash, and throw it?
Yes.
Okay.
Are you leaving the key on the ground though?
Well, I mean, these guys are ready to attack me.
Yeah, can't you just run? Like, they don't have missile weapons. You could just like fucking run for it, dude.
Can I pick up the key and run?
Right? Like
right? Adam goes right.
Pick up the key and just take off where the guy who peed on me went.
lose them in a crowd, or like
Yeah, you
not
could
spend
you could try
45
to-
minutes fighting them?
Yeah, you could try to run up the corner of this building.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna try. You know what? I'd really like to smash cocaine in their face, but I think I'm gonna run instead. Just seems more
Listen,
logical.
Darius, if you do this, if you can get away from this fight, you can come smash cocaine in my face. It's fine.
Okay, I think I'm gonna take that. Yeah, I'll do that. I'm gonna try and run then. I'm gonna double dash. I'm gonna pick up the key and dash away.
Okay, cool.
So
Give me a
moving
climb
dash.
check. So I guess it's athletics.
Athletic.
14. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, you run back to the corner of the building and you climb up.
Assassino.
And at the end of your move, there's the guy who's standing right there. His eyes are like big and wide and surprised to see you. And he's got like another one of those clay pots hanging from his sash, and he's just sort of staring at you surprisedly. What do you do?
I throw crack at him.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, totally.
I throw crack at him. I just like poop some of the crack in his face.
Yeah.
Just go, sorry, man. And just can I like tackle him and grab the pot from his whatever it's on from his belt?
So these would be separate actions, right? You'd be spending your action to make an attack to throw the shock sleep powder in his face, or you'd spend your action to like grapple him. So which one do you want to do?
I want to
'Cause
grapple him.
You do still have the action. Okay.
I want to grapple him
I believe that's roll your athletics check.
again.
Yeah.
Oh
damn.
god. Oh god.
Okay, so he's
Should've
got
thrown the crack.
athletics or acrobatics.
Should have thrown the crack.
Yeah. He might roll terribly here. You never know. Nope. Yeah. So you try to grab him, and he's just like, "What? What are you doing?" And he's trying to like to wrestle himself away. Did you leave the key on the ground?
No, I picked it up.
Okay, you grabbed the key. Yeah. And he's trying to like wrestle himself away from you. Now you're at the top of this building, at the corner. Like you've probably got half cover from down below, but
Okay.
you hear. From down below, you hear the sound of these thugs running along the ground, and you know if you look behind you, glancing down over the edge of this corner, they're both right at the bottom, and one of them is like giving the other a boost up with his fingers in a lattice work. And then the priest, he mutters some incantation, some words, and he points his staff at you. And let's see, yes.
What did my persuade do then? Because I rolled like a 21.
Well, trying to persuade them that you don't have it
What did
when
I
it falls
say?
out of your sleeve is very, very difficult. Unfortunately.
That's not mine, I swear.
Exactly.
I don't know where that
I'm
came
just holding on to that for a friend.
I'm holding it for another cult. It's fine.
Veiny black keys, you know.
from.
Let's see here.
Could happen to anybody.
Ranged spell attack. Yeah. 17. So that hits you. Yep, it nails you in the back.
Uh-oh.
I know. So you take 12 damage as this
Nice.
guiding bolt slams into your back, and this like pulsating purple blue light crawls all over you.
Does it
as
get all
this-
over the other guy?
No, it actually only clings to you.
Okay.
It's your turn again, Darius. You're like struggling with this guy, like, you know, each of you grappling for purchase on the other.
Okay. Trying to think of what I'm gonna do.
I cannot wait to burn this fucking city down. Jesus Christ.
This is really bad. This guy does a lot of damage. I'm probably just gonna have to just try and run. Avoid, like,
Okay.
not even give a shit about this guy and just run.
Yeah. You just
I'm gonna. Can't I go 3 moves because I can dash, or can I just move and then dash?
so you can move and then you can dash as your second action. You can turn your action into a dash, and
Yeah.
then you can take another dash as your bonus action.
I'm gonna triple dash to try and get as far away from them as I can.
Right on. So the guy takes a swing at you. The guy
Yeah.
right next to you.
Yeah.
He throws a punch, totally misses you, and you run away over the rooftops, leaping as you go. Yeah, I think like by this point, you're obviously disengaged and you're moving fast enough that these guys aren't really going to be able to catch you. So I think we see this scene of you like sprinting over the rooftops and dodging behind chimney stacks and things like that.
Purple shit on me.
Yeah, there's an occasional guiding bolt that comes flying after you, winging your way. But you're able to avoid line of sight enough that you're able to get away. Okay.
Oh shit.
Let's go ahead and fast forwards to you all together now back at Grigori's new mansion.
I just walk in with Purple just swirling around me and a black veiny key going.
What's up?
Yeah.
That purple swirly stuff actually fades pretty quickly.
Okay.
So
after
I have been doing some preparation while this shit is happening, under the assumption that we're going to need to buy property.
Okay.
So I've had some, and you can tell me how much it costs or whatever, but I've had some documents made showing an interest in the property and like an offer to purchase it by a merchant by the name of Vladimir Yertsov.
Okay.
I have these documents made up. I had them like notarized by some like city notary. My intent, I don't know how the like civic structure of the city works, but Merchant Yertsov wants to buy this building to turn it into in his old age, he's given up on being a merchant. He wants to spend his money for the betterment of mankind. So he wants to open like a home for the downtrodden, basically, like a place where people who have no home can come, like get a meal and sleep and be safe.
Soup kitchen,
whatever. Yeah, kind of like a soup kitchen or like a halfway house, like a place where we can, like we can get people to come and stay and they can rest. So I want to, because it's in a bad neighborhood, I want to buy it and revitalize it. And so I've written up this letter of intent and I've gotten it notarized. I'm ready when they come back to tell me who this place belongs to, or whether I just give it to the city to say like I'm buying this.
Yeah. So it's 30 gold pieces for the notarization and all the paperwork that you need.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I've done that.
Nice.
And I want, as soon as they say as soon as they give me the go, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna buy it.
Why don't you roll a persuade check, and we'll see how fast you're able to get this plan approved and working.
Okay.
12. Yeah, like it's gonna take you a week.
It's fine. I don't care.
Okay. Cool. So.
Fine by me. Can I actually that'll because we'll need time for the other shit to happen too.
Yes. Yep.
So, so I mean I'm doing that. I guess how far do you want to jump ahead, right? Like, because I don't think we need to have the like debriefing conversation, right? Like,
yeah, like you're all together. Like you all know what you want to have happen. Like, what's the first step? What do you want to do first? What do you want to see happen first?
Well, we need shouldn't the gang wars start? I mean, it's been a week. Do you think they'd start killing each other?
Well, so it's not a full week yet, right? Like this is before the week starts. Do you want me to tell you what I want to tell you what I think the plan should be, and you can help me fine tune it.
Sure.
Okay.
This is out of character, correct?
This is out of character.
Yeah.
We can talk about the details in character and how much of this we all share with Tilly, because I know Ello, you're in a space where you're trying to make decisions about what Tilly would do.
Yeah.
So my thinking is we buy this hovel, and I get a construction team to like nice it up a little bit, put some beds in there, put in like a little like kitchen, because it used to be what was it before, Steven?
I mean, it was just Werner's house, so it's just like
no, not my place. This place we're buying.
Place. You mean the?
Yeah, I don't want to buy Werner's house.
The abandoned flop house.
Yeah, I'm buying the abandoned flop house. So it used to be.
Oh, I see. I thought you were doing this to Werner's house.
Oh, no, fuck Werner's. It's going to be kindling on the fire.
Here's the problem. Like, someone's willing to sell it to you, but in your investigations of this, you find that there is someone squatting there, an old gladiator by the name of.
He's welcome to join. He can keep staying there. In fact, I'll be like, you can be our first guest.
Let's see what his name is. Yeah, his name is Stomas.
Yeah, he's welcome. Yeah. He's welcome to stay. He can be the first person to like become a resident.
Yeah. Do you want to try and convince him?
Do
like
I have to?
And as you're talking to he's a problem, right? If you guys want to do anything with his house, there's a squatter there. It's his fucking house, right?
I don't. Well, I mean, he thinks that. I don't. I guess I don't do anything myself. I don't ever want to like.
Okay.
I send letters. I'm never face to face with anybody.
You get a response back from like the notary and stuff like that. They're like, yes, we really want to get rid of this property. Have you spoken with Stomas? Do you have a deal with him? He's a real asshole. He's not going to take well to you.
Can we not just have him arrested?
What's your plan? And they kind of hem and haw, and they're like, the city guard don't really want to deal with a popular older.
Can I hire mercenaries to go and fucking roast him out of there?
Yeah, if you want to spend a couple thousand, yes, you can hire some mercenaries.
Why don't we just go and
fine? We'll just go murder the guy then. All right. That aside, I don't need his official permission to buy the place.
No,
I can go there with the deed and be like, "Get out, or we'll kill you."
Yes,
which we'll have to do, I'm sure.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so that's an obstacle, but he's one guy and there's 4 of us. And we're PCs, so fuck him.
Adam, you're such a gladiator.
Oh god damn!
You took that from chat.
I'm just so glad to hate her. I've been drinking that Gladiatorade. Yeah. So anyway, after we've murdered him and fucking sown his ashes to the wind, I figure we do 2 projects, right? We make it look nice upstairs, and we kind of set it up, and maybe we hire some people to like, work there. We get some people, and we make it look like a nice like flop house for poor people. But in the basement, we get Laurent or whatever to start overseeing the building of the Crucible. We get the Crucible sorted out. So that's going to take us a while, I'm sure, which is fine. We got some time. I think that what we want to do is we want to intersect the 2 plots, right? Like, I'm going to fill this place up with dejected people. And then I want to also leak, as the tension builds among the Thieves Guild, I figure we leak that like some important thing is hidden here. Like, we keep everything all hush hush, and we tell each of the gangs like, oh, your rival gang is like building a secret vault in the basement. That's why there's this stone and dirt coming up from the basement. Like, ooh, secret vault. So they both show up to like steal it. They go inside. Chaos ensues. We fucking bar all the doors from the outside, and we burn this mother down. They all die in a horrible conflagration. Egg wakes up. Bob's your uncle. Then hopefully the fire spreads to the rest of the city. But yes, well, because then if we kill a bunch of them and we like burn the place down, then we can just go and loot their respective headquarters while the city is in fire and the dragons fly.
We could do something with the guy and his 3 dogs besides killing him that would add to the massacre and mayhem of this. There's got to be some clever way to maybe persuade him to leave and offer in exchange some sort of glorious event at the Blood Arena, perhaps at the same time that this would be going down, and maybe try to add more slaughter and chaos to the mix by having an arena and coliseum full of people there for gladiator games. Fires start, people die.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've got. I like the idea of adding more stuff on, but I feel like we have a limitation in terms of time. We don't want to give the Thieves Guild too much time to figure out that we're playing them. We don't want anyone to interfere, especially there's these like weird iron cultist people that are starting to dick around. We could though, like, free the gladiators or something in the chaos. Like, it's the ensuing stuff that's gonna really like do it, right? Like, and that's certainly possible.
Maybe offer him that. To release the slaves. I understand that you're not like wanting to negotiate with this guy at all. But
if he's a gladiator that earned his freedom, he's not going to want other people to just get the free pass, right?
We have a limited amount of time and resources, and this guy, the fastest way, just based on what we're doing, the fastest way to deal with this guy is just going to be like, fine, we'll dedicate 20 minutes to rolling initiative and kicking the shit out of him and his stupid dog, and move on.
But at the same time, I mean, if we're sticking to the story and everything, is a tavern full of thieves going to be enough to hatch this egg? From the lore, it seems like there's a lot more mayhem and chaos that goes into the emotion building. Yeah,
it's all the innocent people that are caught in the crossfire, and then that's just the beginning, right? Like that's that whole building and stuff. That's the kindling. We let the chaos spread from there.
Can't we just like tell this old dude that if he leaves for a week, we'll give him the deed?
We could, yeah. I mean, we could just go and tell him.
If you just leave for a week, we'll give you the deed and here's some money for an inn.
I guess that's the next thing we have to do, right? Like, go and talk to this obstacle NPC and see what he has to say.
Okay.
We'll roll a persuade check, and if we fail that, then we'll roll a bunch of attack rolls.
I'll persuade.
Sounds fine. Yeah, okay, so let's smash cut. You guys are in the darkened street out in front of this ruined hovel, the abandoned
And
hovel.
I have the deed now to the
Yeah. We can fast forward a week so that you have the deed, no problem.
Sealed in wax.
Yeah. Does anybody want to do you want to make a roll to see if you can heighten the tension among the thieves guilds in the week that you have?
I think that makes
How do you
sense.
roll?
Darius.
Yeah, if one of you can give me a convincing thing that you would be doing in the week that would cause more problems between the thieves guilds, what is it? And let's make a roll and let's see how the outcome is.
Ideas? Hilly?
I'm sorry, I was distracted. Could you repeat that to me? My bad.
So you've got a week before the deed for the place comes in. And I was saying, do any of you have any ideas of what you would want to do to heighten the conflict between the thieves guilds in order to foment more strife?
Ooh, what if we could assassinate one of Alanis's people in return since he assassinated one of Dina's?
Yeah, escalate that shit.
So
this is true, but we have to be very careful because you have been seen, Darius, and by a couple of different people.
That's why you'll be shooting.
Oh God.
Well, how's your deception, right? Because you can disguise yourselves.
Of course, yeah, that's what I was going to suggest.
My deception is +7, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
Disguise yourself as one of the enemy gang members.
Well, what I was gonna say is Tilly's still one of their arrows from the enemy gang, and I shoot one of their people with their arrows, and there's no way they're gonna trace it back to us.
So who do you know who Alanis has been friendly with that killing would make a big result?
I can think of somebody.
Kill the woman.
Me.
Oh.
Pick me.
What?
Who was it? Who was it that you maybe possibly failed to romance there?
Darius, all I'm saying is,
I'll show you who can't get it up,
bro. If you can't get it up, they gotta die. No witnesses.
Okay, I'll kill her. I'll kill the woman.
Okay. Tilly, you wanted to try and steal some arrows or just grab some off of someone?
Sure, yeah. I'll take a go at it. Hopefully somebody drunk passed out on the street or somebody, an easy target.
Yeah.
Can I go with
I've got a
Tilly
week
and
to
give him
I've got
advantage?
a couple days. I don't have to rush this, right?
Yeah,
I can
yeah,
wait till
yeah.
somebody's drunk and yeah.
You've got time. You've got advantage for taking a lot of time trying to find the right target and seeing if you can get away. So go ahead and roll. Let's see. What do we take here? Oh, what kind of skills do people have in Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition? Roll an investigation check. Tilly, at advantage.
At advantage.
23 is very good. So yeah, you find the equivalent of the Shrieking Wife, but for Dina's guild. And there's just a group of guards who are arguing drunkenly out front. They're not guards city guards. They're guards of the thieves guilds, clearly sort of bruisers, bouncers who are keeping access to this. One of them slips off around the corner to go take a piss, and he's got a bow slung over his back and a quiver. He leans the quiver up against the wall, sort of 5 feet behind him as he's taking a piss. Tilly, you're up on the roofs looking down. I think Pokket, Darius is with him. So what are you two going to do? You're looking down at this moonlit alleyway as this guy is taking a whiz, by the balls. Oh, such relief.
By look over, and I just point down.
Yeah.
And I whisper, while they're peeing, it's the best time to take them out.
Do we even necessarily have to take him out? How about this? I'm going to toss some kind of rock or something a little bit down the alley in front of him.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll do that. And as soon as I do that, I'm gonna climb on down. I'm gonna grab that quiver.
Okay. Yeah. You wind up. You toss the rock. It clatters at the end of the hallway, and he sort of stops. He looks. He says, "What's that?" And then he turns around. He picks up his bow and his quiver. He slings his quiver on his back, pulls out an arrow, knocks it to the bow, and starts stalking down the alleyway. He says, "Who's there?"
with his dick
okay,
out.
I know how to handle this. All you have to do is stay still for like 3 or 4 seconds, and he'll be like, probably just my imagination. Turn around, and walk away.
This isn't Tenchu.
Just the wind.
Well, fuck me. I guess that was not. Yeah, you know what? Too risky. We'll wait for another scenario next day.
No,
We'll
I
try
take my
something
bow out
else.
and kill him.
Okay,
You
Pocket,
take your bow out
roll.
and kill him.
I just take my bow out. I just take my bow out and aim for the head.
You've got advantage.
Oh no!
And it's
Oh, do I have
assassinate.
advantage?
13.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
you nail him.
Okay.
You hit him, dealing 8. And it's an automatic crit, right? Because you're assassinating.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what 8 plus 9 is 15 damage. Yeah, you kill him. Your arrow goes straight through his head. He goes.
Well, now technically we don't even need the arrows. You already killed another member of the gang. Like,
No, because my plan is to hide his body so they can't find it. Take the quiver, go kill the chick with their arrows. Because we don't want them to think that...
The more of them that die, the better. And plus, it's not fucking CSI Virascali or anything over here. Like, just yank the arrow out of them.
Yeah, just take 2 arrows and leave the rest there so it doesn't look like we stole his quiver only.
Yeah. So you murder the guy, you take your arrow, you grab 2 arrows from the quiver, and you just vanish up the walls again. You hear behind you in the night, you hear someone saying, "Bumbo, you there? Bumbo! Oh, everybody come here!"
Well, his name was Bumbo.
You guys vanish.
His
over the
name
top
was
of the
Bumbo.
Fuck you, Bumbo.
His name was Robert Bumbo.
His name was Bumbo
Bumbo
Tungus.
Bumbo Tungus.
Frank Bumbo.
Yeah. All right. Very nice.
You can't kill Bumbo Tungus with 1 arrow.
Okay. So now you're gonna go and try to assassinate someone else. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Okay.
I take Tilly with me, of course.
Yep.
Of
You and
course.
Tilly.
I was disappointed I already killed someone.
Are you sort of perching outside of the Shrieking Wife?
Yeah, we're looking. I'd say we're scouting like a good target.
Okay. Yeah. Roll an investigation check.
I have.
Yeah, like. I'm gonna assume that you take a lot of time to do this. Like you scout it out multiple days in a row, so you've got a 12. But it's still not great, you know. Like you find sort of a gargoyle or something that's high on a roof nearby. It's got a clear shot to the entrance of the Shrieking Wife. The table's outside in the doorway, but it's also kind of exposed. And that's really the best that you're going to be able to get in this area, this little cul-de-sac here.
Okay.
So you're just kind of like waiting for Waza to wander up.
I would say that, have we, as a group, did we discuss that killing her would be the best option? Or am I just assuming and deciding by myself?
No, I think that we all came to the conclusion that killing Waza was, was a good thing.
You definitely, like, Darius would definitely have some sort of uneasiness about this, even though he's like, Sam, you're muted.
I'm just laughing because of Adam's lust for blood. It's making me laugh.
Like he doesn't want to kill her, but if everyone says that he has to, and he wants the quiver and he wants a gang war, he doesn't want to kill her.
I mean, I think the conversation probably would have just been like, someone said, well, we need to kill someone close to Elias, and then Gallahan and I both look at you like, you know what you have to do. I wouldn't be like, go kill her, but you know what needs to be done.
Yeah, so he's not like he's okay with like people he doesn't know as long as it serves to get him something, but this is going to be hard on him, I think.
Yeah. Tilly's like, I could do this without.
It was the first time for everything.
Tilly's like, I could do this without killing, and she's leaving it up to you, Darius. Tilly's like,
how are you going to do it without killing though? That's the whole point, is killing her.
Well, no, I mean, I would not. No, I'm saying that I would never have killed any. Tilly would have never have killed anyone to begin with. But now that you've already launched a friggin' arrow into some dude's dome, she's a little like kind of taken back by it. Like
there's an old man.
She's a thief. Like she's like, let me steal shit.
Yeah, there's an old man on a trail, and who was the one that tried to stop you?
Arrow in his head.
I was a young woman, and I didn't know what was happening.
Yeah,
I made a choice. Okay,
all right, cool.
All right, so
listen, Tilly, you start seeing the bodies pile up. You get 2 choices: you add to the pile, or you get on that shit.
Oh, listen, I'm gonna turn a blind eye to the killing, but Tilly's like, if this is the way you want to do it, Darius, then you got to kill Waza. Tilly's like, not having it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So right now we're on top of the roof with Tilly and Darius. And Darius, you've disguised yourself, right? Do you want to roll a deception roll? Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
21, nail it. You've got like all of the right clothes and everything. You sort of found the right sort of cloths to disguise yourself as a member of Dina's gang. It's a convincing outfit.
Here, just for insurance, while you're making the disguise, I would have helped you. So it's 23, just in case.
Yeah.
Because I would cast guidance. People, if there's ever an opportunity to do a skill check, take that guidance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fantastic. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you're up on top of this gargoyle, and you're looking down. There's a cluster of students, and you see Waza walk up to a couple of the students. Two women and a man, and she starts just talking delightedly. The proprietor of the inn comes out. A buxom, burly woman. Bringing a couple of mugs, and she smiles and she clasps a hand on Waza's shoulder and takes her order and heads back inside. It's dim evening. You're shrouded in shadow, Darius. What do you do?
I'm there to back you up, by the way. I just want you to take the shot. If you miss, then I'll back you up. But yeah, Tilly's still working under the assumption that we're not killing a bunch of fucking people, okay? So she's still a little taken back by death a little bit. So.
You see me look back at Tilly and go, this is what we have to do. And then I hesitate as I'm looking at her. And Tilly would probably be able to pick up on the hesitation. I should have already fired by now. And then finally I do it. I pull back and I just fire the arrow.
Go ahead and roll.
Do I have advantage?
Yes,
okay.
You do.
You're an assassin.
Oh yeah, definitely. So yeah, you're shooting to kill?
Yeah.
Okay, so she's laughing and she raises her beer to her throat as she converses with her friends.
Actually, can we shoot to just incapacitate so it looks like she's dead?
Absolutely.
I'd say I do that. I aim at something that would definitely knock her out, but it's not intended to kill her.
I think you aim and we see you close your eyes and you see the arrow just punch through her throat and blood sprays all over everybody in front of her as she collapses on. And then you open your eyes and drop your arrow just a little bit and you release it. And your arrow flies and it lands straight through her thigh, just skewering the outside of her left thigh from behind. And she shrieks and she stumbles to the floor, clasps it, and everybody at the table just stands up. What Tilly, are you doing?
Tilly takes a shot. Well? Yeah, Tilly sees this as a missed shot, so she's backing up with a shot. Yeah,
go for it.
She mutters a little halfling curse.
Wait. Oh, I hope you're using the right arrows.
Well, I assume we grabbed a couple, so my backup arrow would.
That was the plan. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Okay. You also have advantage because you're hidden up here. Oh, yeah, 9 damage. Are you shooting to kill, Tilly?
Yeah, I'm shooting to kill because I thought that Darius botched the shot.
Yep, absolutely. So she goes down to one knee and her friends stand up and beer spills everywhere. And then a second arrow just straight through the back and she collapses on the ground, blood pooling darkly on the stone as the outside of the inn erupts into panic. Ilanis comes bursting out the door and he sees her with these 2 arrows that are made by Dina's Fletcher sticking out of Waza's back, and he runs over to her. He rips them out of her and he picks her up. And you hear his cry echo in the courtyard as the two of you turn your backs.
Oh, you see me stand up and look down, then I look back at Tilly and I just curse and then grab Tilly and start running.
Yeah. Nice.
I run with you. Yeah.
Okay, so you have fomented more conflict between these gangs, and now you're all in the alleyway outside of this flop house, the abandoned flop house. Grigori, you've got the deed in your hand. Gallahan, you're there in full armor, thinking whatever dark thoughts you're thinking in response to all of this. And Tilly and Darius, you're both there as well.
What's this douche nozzle's name?
His name was Stomas. That's what you heard.
Okay. Stomas. Okay. All right. So we're standing outside, and I say to my friends, I'm like, this man is a gladiator. He's living a life of violence. Is only alive because he's strong and tough. Responds to threat with more threat. If we go in, we start to shout and yell, he's only going to try and fight us. If he wants to die that way, that's fine. But let's try to buy him first. I think other thing about Gladiator, they are thirsty for money and for fame. We give him opportunity to leave on his own, and if he doesn't take it, I shrug. So I guess we go in.
Okay.
Yeah, just pound on the door.
Oh no, we don't have to knock. This is my house. I own this fucking place. I don't knock at the door of my own house.
Knock.
The bottom floor of this place, like much of the hovels or the hostels in the flophouse, the bottom floor is open air, so there's no front wall. It's just like a bottom floor, large square, 50 or 60 foot across entryway. And then there's a door in the back, and there's a staircase going down off on one side. And yeah, like as you step in, you can sort of sniff and smell. You smell like wet dog and feces and sweat in this space.
I gesture to Tilly to like get hid, right? I'm like, point to the shadows, because I need you to talk.
Tilly, go ahead and roll a hide check.
Yep, I nod and take to the shadows with shit.
Yeah, the walls are a bit bare here, so you just kind of go and step along it. Now hang on, don't you have a 1 that you can re-roll as a halfling?
Luck or something?
Yeah, what is that exactly?
You re-roll ones, I think.
Half elf, half ling, gnome, dragonborn.
I don't know the stipulation under. I do get a reroll. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I've got it right here.
So good to me, GM. Thank you.
So you are lucky when you roll a 1 on an attack roll, ability check, or saving throw, and this is an ability check. You can re-roll the die and must use the new roll. Go ahead and re-roll.
Yeah,
that's 26.
Fucking better.
So yeah, like you sort of like slip and you like land catching yourself on your fingertips, and there's like a pot right below you that would have shattered if you'd landed on it, and then you just melt back into the shadows as you catch yourself and stand back up.
Catherine Zeta-Jones entrapment. Hell yeah.
There you go.
Tiny Catherine Zeta-Jones.
All right, so Gallahan, Gregorian, Darius, you're in the middle of this large cavernous space. There's a door in the back, staircase down on the side. What are you going to do?
I shout into the room. I'm like, Stomas, come out.
Yeah, your words echo against the walls. They echo dully. It sounds like a space that has been empty for a long time. And you hear from down the stairs below, you hear a... and then you hear the clatter of like a bottle falling over. And up the stairs comes this hulking brute of a man, and he's got a huge like cleaver-like greatsword that he's holding in one hand, and he's wearing this ancient armor that's stained with blood and sand, and his beard is untrimmed and it's got streaks of gray in it, and his face is weathered and lined. He looks over at you with bloodshot eyes. He says, "I am Stomas. Who are you?"
I smile. I'm like, I am motherfucker who owns this building. That's who I am. Why are you sleeping in my basement, old man?
He nods. He says, "You own this dump?"
I do now, yes.
Good. There's a lot of problems I'm going to need you to fix. He starts turning around and walking down the stairs again.
I also have problem. And so he turns around.
Yeah.
I'm like, don't turn your back on me.
Yeah, he stops, and he just stands still, and you hear padding up the stairs. Poof, 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 poof. 2 massive hyenas come pacing up the stairs into the room, and they start sort of like circling you. One off to your left,
I don't let him get around behind me, obviously.
Right. Yeah.
Like, that's not going to happen.
And he turns back around, he says, "What do you do here, old man? You come into my house, tell me you own the place. Nobody cares about this building, has been abandoned for years. What do you want?"
I mean, I want to check if you're doing this on purpose. Do I recognize his accent?
Yeah.
All right. I switch into my human dialect.
Yes. Yeah.
And I say to him, I'm like, I think we come from same place. We are perhaps cousins? There is no need for this to become violent. I think we have both seen enough.
Give me a persuade roll.
I give advantage.
Yeah, you get advantage.
Who's bigger, Gallahan or this guy, Steven?
This guy.
Man.
Yeah.
Gallahan doesn't give a fuck though. He's cracking his knuckles.
I think Gallahan is tall, but this guy is like muscularly built with a layer of fat that comes from drinking a lot of drink.
I've punched a giant stone statue into dust.
I know I'd put my money on.
No one's challenging you, Gallahan. I was just asking a question, okay?
You did.
They're gonna have a flex off, and
yeah. He looks at you. He says back. He says, "Cousins, yes, you are far afield, cousin. Tell me, why have you bought my home?"
I'm sorry that this is your home. I am here to maybe make trade. If you're willing to sleep in an inn or tavern for a few days, put your dogs in the stable, I have a nicer home I will give you in exchange. This place is unimportant dump, but as they say where we are from, sometimes the gods put you where you need to be, and I need this place for a few weeks.
I do not want inn. I do not want stables. My dogs sleep with me. You said something about nicer home.
Yes, I have. What district is it in again?
Let's see.
And the circusy one?
Yeah, the Carnival. Is that what it is?
Carnival.
Yeah, okay, I tell him, yeah. Yeah, I'm like, I have recently obtained a house from former associate. He did not need it anymore. And I will be leaving town soon. You can have it when I go.
Oh, it's actually Shrike's Landing, actually.
Oh, Shrike's Landing, sorry.
Yeah, he crosses his arms and he sort of nods. He says, "Tell me where this place is. I and my dogs, we will move there."
I tell him.
Yeah. He looks down at his hand, he spits in it, and he holds it out to you.
Yeah, I spit on mine, I shake his hand.
Yeah,
and
nice.
Before he goes, I say to him, I'm like, why do you stay here, cousin? You do not find this place cloying? This city, it's old, dying. It's like living in a corpse.
Yeah, he like squints he screws his face up. He says, "This city, it is my life. It is where I have won my fame, my fortune, my freedom. It is devil you know out there."
So everybody else, you hear us talking in like fantasy Russian, and this guy says something, and I just start like laughing. Not like it's not like out of control laugh, but it's like he's just told me something that I think is like it's funny because it's so true, and I'm like, yes, devil you know, his story of my life, I think.
Yeah, he nods. He says, "We understand each other then. Also, I think you understand. If I go to this address and there is not a home there for me, I will come back for you, old man."
I laugh. I would expect nothing less. I would not lie to you, cousin. This place is perhaps not befitting your stature, but is better than garbage flophouse.
Very well. Let me get my things. And he marches back downstairs. He says, he calls back up, "Goss, flank with me." And the large hyenas, they both sort of growl in your direction. Then they move back downstairs, patting as they go. He comes back up moments later. He's got like a big, sort of like a sheet, like a fitted sheet, like folded up around some collection of things. It clanks strangely like bottles. He nods at you as he passes. And he heads out into the streets.
So once he leaves, I turn back to you and you guys, and I say, well, that was unexpectedly easy. We are coming from same place. I made trade. I give him the house I am staying at, and in exchange we get this. It might not look like much, but it's home, right? I laugh. Good.
Galen,
and I turn.
Galen shakes his head. He's looking around.
I turn to you, Gallahan, and I say, now real work can begin. We will hire workers, make this place look presentable, and begin the project in the basement. And I turned to Darius, but I'm also speaking to Tilly. Like, you can come out, Tilly, if you want, or like, I'm talking to you as well. And I say, you have done good work so far. I need you to continue stirring pot. We are going to excavate the basement. I need you to start telling lies, disseminate information.
And then that's when I bring out the key, the veiny key I've been holding on to forever. And I'm like, I'm going to assume they were wizards. I don't really know, but I'm like, there's some wizards chasing after this. I don't know where it's from. It was stolen from the thieves, though. And I just toss it in Grigori's direction, and then I just like, we'll keep doing it. Doing what we got to do.
I'm like, where did this come from?
That's
silly. Well, you already know. I showed you the key. I mean, unless you're just playing coy.
I'm asking Darius, but...
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember if I remember exactly where... Tilly, you're the one that stole it, or weren't you?
I was the one that stole it, and I planted it, and then somebody made a big show of it. I'm not even sure you saw me plant it.
You planted it on the body, and then the guy came up and stole it and ran away. Darius ran after the guy, killed him, got the key back, or didn't kill him, but like got the key back from him.
But I didn't see you plant it because I had my pants down.
Yeah, so you might not even know that I had this key all along, and that
I didn't know. So I assumed it was a thief's key, and that it was stolen by a thief, and then I went and got it back.
All I say from the corner is, he knows.
So I look at Tilly and I say, so is not belonging to thieves, is maybe already stolen property. It's fine, we can use to our advantage. Maybe spread rumor that one or other or both of gangs have key. I'm thinking we start to tell everyone that both gangs are building secret vault in this building, hidden under flophouse above. Get their attention.
And I turn around and I look at you, Grigori, and I'm like, you're not worried about the mages coming after that key? Like, there were 3 of them. They were willing to kill me.
Did they find you by magic? Did they seek key? Is it some kind of homing spell?
And I'm kind of out of it because I'm still a little upset at that, I had to kill Wazda or whatever. And so, just like, I don't really, a guy peed on me and I had to shoot him, and then
Darius,
magic. And
Darius, what you do on your own time in private is none of my business.
No, that was the guy who was that's the guy who had it. He stole it off the body. He peed, like, really, man? He peed. It's been a rough few days, so I could try and search where this key came from and why they want it, but
all I want to know is this liability? Are there wizards coming after key now?
They might be, but it seems like they haven't been on my trail, so maybe I can just keep them away.
I'm gonna give it back to you.
Okay.
Do you take it from me?
I'm gonna give you this fucking key.
I'll give the key back to you.
I take the key.
And I say, this key and all consequences of your having it, they are your problem, but I am your friend, and so he's also my problem. I trust you to handle this. If you need me to help, please say so. But if you can, turn these wizards into not enemy, but tool. Make it so that they think one or other of gangs is responsible for stealing it. I already plan to have gangs fight each other. Why not throw some wizards on top of pile?
And you see me look at the key, and I sort of shake it in my hand. I'm like, this is way more trouble than it's worth. And I'm like, I'll do that. I'll go give it back to them.
His trick with these things, once you steal something, can't unsteal it. Besides, maybe when chaos clears, we find door or treasure chest that key goes to, and you can open it and have adventure. But it's time for other things now. We have egg to hatch.
I just shrug and turn around and I throw the key at Tilly.
I catch it and I'm like,
you're playing fucking hot potato with this key.
I've had it since we got here, so I just tuck it back into my persons. But as I tuck it in, I look at Grigori and I say, "What project?"
So here's the thing: I have purchased this building. It's ours now. I am going to use it to set up a trap for thieves' guilds. I will be telling people on surface we are building a home for poor. We will excavate basement. In back there will be piles of stone and dirt, obvious digging going on. You two will let rumors slip that secret vault is being built, full of treasure. Gangs are moving important valuables into this place. That will lure the gangs in. When they are here, inside, we bar doors and burn place down. Reason for doing this is we are needing hot fire and many dead to awaken the egg is price we are having to pay.
So we'll be getting the innocent people out first, right? All the poor.
Oh, Tilly is his way of world that is no such thing as innocent person. We lie to ourselves, pretend that we are flawless without crime on our hands, but it's not true. You have shown us this yourself. But his first step in becoming strong, becoming powerful, staying alive, recognizing is no good or evil is only living or dead, only strong or stepped on.
I basically walk up behind Tilly and I'm like, listen, you and I both know there's no such thing as poor being the innocent ones all the time. Like, come on. The guy just peed on me. He was poor. He had nothing. You think an innocent person would just pee on a man that he doesn't know? Maybe I just wanted to talk. I'm just saying.
Well, what happens when we hatch the egg? Like, Tilly's like trying to take all this in, and she just like, there's so many questions in her head. She's just trying to work through one at a time.
I look at Gallahan.
Gallahan's just leaning against the wall, and he just arms folded. He just kind of shrugs, and he's like, "Then we get powerful."
Yeah, I grin at that, and I say to you, Tilly, I say, how long has it been, Steven, since like Tilly and I met first? Like when we set out on this quest, like a couple of weeks?
Yeah, it's been like 3 weeks.
Okay, all right. So
3.5.
Yeah, so I say to you, Tilly, I'm like, sometimes, little one, we put our faith in chaos. We have been traveling together almost a month now, and in those early days, I did not know you, you did not know me, but you trusted me. I am agent of chaos in many ways. Things happen unpredictably around me, but I make sure that those who are close to me, those who are strong, we make it out the other side. I want you to be with me on this, Tilly. I want you to trust me that through the chaos, we will not fail. Except maybe Darius. Darius might just vanish into thin air.
Yeah, exactly.
He's already left.
Tilly is like trying to process this pretty quickly, and she's thinking actively, and then she looks at you and she says, "How many will die?"
Tilly is not numbers game. Once you have blood of one on your hand, what is 10,000 more? I do not know.
At this, she kind of looks right at Grigori and kind of makes eye contact with him and said, And what of your past? What of your slavery? What of you would do the same to others? How many countless people will be left without family? She's starting to cry and she's starting to bawl at the thought. My parents.
Is it possible that I can go to
Darius.
Tilly and just like pick up Tilly, like sling her over my shoulder and just start walking out because I see she's like she can't handle it. Just like walk her out so I can calm her down.
Darius,
you can attempt.
if you move towards Tilly, I put my hand up. Like just hang on, like let her feel her way through this.
I make up, I'm kind of like pleading here, Darius's parents, he didn't know his parents. You were in slavery. Myself, I didn't know my parents. I was in a thieves guild, like what makes us better than those who enslaved us? And
I kneel down, so I'm like eye level with you.
Yeah.
And I say, Tilly, you should know by now being alive is to be enslaved. These people who die, they are being freed. It is our burden to stay on. There are two kinds of people in world, Tilly. There are those who hold the knife and those who are stabbed by it. The gates of paradise have been closed to you for some time. Why not enjoy what you have here? And I look around and I'm like, this place is dark, but will only get darker soon, and you're going to have to make a very hard choice. I think you know in your heart what must be done, but I kind of shrug. We will see if you're strong.
Strength takes many forms. And I look over at Gallahan as he's standing up there with his arms crossed.
As Tilly says that, Gallahan kind of like tuts and rolls his eyes almost and just kind of like walks out the building.
As soon as he walks out the building, I say out loud, it's not always size that matters and strengths. And this is... And then I start to kind of lose it. And then I'm going to take off to the door running, crying.
Actually, before she takes off, I want to see if I can grab her. Like, just like, because I'm right next to her, I want to see if I can grab her. Do I need to roll for that?
Why don't you roll, and then we'll go to a break.
Roll what?
It would be an athletics check to see if you can grapple.
Okay, I failed last time. Damn it. Okay.
All right. We will come back, and we'll find out what Pokket saying "damn it" means in this situation when we come back.
My bad. Poe, please.
It's a 4.